Hello, everyone. This is Dr.CNichole here. I wanted to jump on real quick because on this hot summer day, one of the things the Lord had me doing today is finishing to hang these degrees, these accomplishments. And it's not a flex for me, it's actually a flex for God because I got on the education path after God called me to ministry. And I answered that call to ministry. And then that call led me to education because that was a requirement for where I answered my call. And it started with that little one, my GED. And so I answered my call in 2006. I was 36 when I got my GED, just to be clear. Um, and eventually, 16 years later, I obtained the top one, the doctorate. All part of God's plan, not mine. All part of God's plan. Why am I sharing this? Because God has done some amazing things. Two of these frames up here belong to my daughter. She earned them, but I earned them with her the way I feel. Okay. God had me instill education in her since she was 4 years old, that she had to get at least an undergraduate degree. When she was 4, 2 years before I answered my call and got on the education path, He had me drilling it in her at 4. You got to go to college. You got to go to college. You got to go to college. Why? Because I knew for me, for the path that I felt in my spirit, education was key. I had given up on myself ever obtaining it. So I had, I was totally cool with, just working hard and trying to earn my way into the middle class like my grandfather did. That was fine with me. But I did not see that for my daughter. I didn't. I saw education for her. And as a result of me being obedient and pushing education on her, God turned around and made education for me as well and showed me that was always part of the plan for me. And so He gave it to me. And so as I look at these um, accomplishments, that without God, none would have been possible, because trust and believe every semester, and this is not an exaggeration, every single semester for 16 years, when I cracked open a book that first time in the class, I did not understand. I was completely lost. A song used to play in my head and would say, "It's all Greek to me." And I would sit with the Holy Spirit. And by the end of the semester, He had me figure it out. He blessed me to understand and to get through it. And not just by the skin of my teeth, although some people are blessed that way as well, but had me get through it with some honor grades. So I can't I can't knock it for people who come on here and be like, "Oh, everybody don't have to get a degree. A degree ain't for everybody," and all that. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. There are entrepreneurs who make big money and don't have no degrees. Here's the thing. For those entrepreneurs, who do they hire? Who do they hire? They hire people with degrees. Ask any billionaire who is doing his taxes. Who's his accountant? What are their credentials? Who are they taking their loved ones to when they need medical attention? People with degrees. So some of us, education is the path that God has designed. Some of us didn't know it. Went through life maneuvering, sidestepping hood traps, only to find out that there was a doctor inside. So, anyway, um, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. I got some more preparation to do. You see, I'm all wrinkled up. I was hanging out with my youngest daughter today, and she got some accomplishments that's gonna go up on this wall as well. So, soon this wall is gonna be filled. Okay. But anyway, I was hanging out with her. She had a doctor's appointment. You knew, is just it is what it is. Kickboxing has made me strong, so I had to do some lifting and all of that of my girls so that we can get out, get back in, so forth and so on. So, anywho, I just wanted to pop on here real quick, and I want you to think about, because that's part of my, that's not part of my conversion story. That's part of my working out my soul salvation story. That's part of my sanctification process, the education piece. I was already saved for what, 14 years before I answered my call to ministry. So, I'm just saying, just start thinking about those things. Start thinking about them, because my conversion story is what allowed me to answer my call to ministry. So, if you got a conversion story, or if you ever looked at somebody and you thought to yourself, I wonder what their conversion story is, put conversion in the chat. Put conversion in the comments. And I'm going to send you something, because we're going to launch Walking with Jesus. And Walking with Jesus, hosted by me, Dr.CNichole, it's all about people's conversion stories, and then how that story informs what they do now. So anyway, I'll see you soon. God bless y'all.